happening, guys? Chris VA Travels out here in West Virginia, Harpers Ferry, and just taking a look at the Lockwood House, historic home that was built back in 1848. Cool, we've got a little bit of sun on it, and double portico, and two internal chimneys, kind of a hip-shaped, diamond-shaped roof up there, slate shingles it looks like. Like I say, built back in 1848. And it's a 9-bedroom residence. That was the home of Paymaster Edward Lucas just before the Civil War. And in 1862, it became the Clayton General Hospital. Yeah, and you can imagine tents all in the field right here. And at its peak, there were 370 patients here at the hospital. And it was written that they actually preferred to be outside rather than in the house. I would imagine inside would have been the more serious patients, and it's where all the amputations and whatnot would have occurred. I will also tell you, Union General Philip Sheridan, he used the house as a jail, hospital, and headquarters, and for medical supply storage up until the end of the war. And it looks like there's a small little, okay, you'll see the raised English basement, stone foundation, and yeah, lots of stone buildings here in Harpers Ferry. And of course, coming off the, oh, there's a write-up. Yeah, okay, good. Some more information over here. All right, so here's what it looked like in all its glory. Little outbuilding there to the left. Okay, yeah, General Sheridan's headquarters, August of 1864. With its commanding view of Harpers Ferry and the Potomac River Gap, the house has witnessed significant chapters in Harpers Ferry's history. It was built in 1847 as a quarters for the U.S. Army Paymaster and later served as headquarters for Union General Henry H. Lockwood and Philip H. Sheridan during the Civil War. After the war, Storr Normal School, later college, one of America's first schools for freed slaves, began here. And for almost a century, black students and Free Will Baptist Church staff utilized this building. Today, its exterior is restored to the Civil War period, but 2 rooms are furnished as they were during the early Stoner College occupancy. Yeah, too bad we can't walk inside. But yeah, you'll see they have it blocked off. And what does this say up here? This restoration was made possible through the donations of Miss Corona Rogers, or Karina Rogers. Oh, maybe, let me stick my, yeah, you've got the wavy glass. Oh, all right, so little iron stove right there. Okay, writing desk, the organ right there. Pump organ, it looks like. And okay, so this room must have been a schoolroom. Maybe that was the teacher's desk right there, but you see the blackboard. Let me see, some seats right, okay, some books on the shelf over there. Another chalkboard to the right. See what's in the window. Oh yeah, just the central passage. And plaster, yeah, there was a lot of graffiti and whatnot written on the walls. I guess there wasn't much to do back then because any of these houses that was a hospital, there's always graffiti and whatnot written on the walls. And, all right, so ironing board, another stove. So the kitchen right here, it looks like. And there's a scale. Oh, this is where they did the laundry right there to the left. I see a washboard and a big tub. And is there a fireplace? Yeah, maybe through the door, I don't know, but yeah, they obviously did cooking. Okay, I see the, I guess on the other side of the wall right there would have been the chimney. Cool, all right, well, got to see a little bit of the inside. Oh yeah, I see a table right there, the dishes. Looks like it needs a little fixing up, but yeah, I wonder what this room, Let me walk right there, see what this sign says. It might just say Lockwood House. Stone steps. All right, I figured, yeah, it just says Lockwood House. Maybe I can see something down here. Probably not, but, oh, it's boarded up. Take you down into the basement. Belt of bricks going across right there. And yeah, it's gonna be boarded up too. See what's over here. Yeah. Huh, all right. Cool little brackets right there. Almost a cube-shaped building, and you'll see kind of newer brick on the first level. Yeah, so this thing was occupied by both the Union and Confederate armies during the war, and no shutters on the windows. Surprised about that. From what I've gathered online, there was an enslaved lady that lived inside with her 2 children, and some former slaves worked inside the house under a Nurse Goddard. Yeah, I wish I could get up and look through the upper windows right there. But yeah, just a little too high. Old Queen Anne right across the street. And obviously a lot of great historic homes here in Harpers Ferry. A lot of great architecture. And as I said, a lot of stone buildings down closer to the river. Oh, and I'll tell you a funny story. A Union officer had given Nurse Goddard a revolver because he knew that Confederates would come looking for the escaped slaves. Nurse Goddard wanted nothing to do with the gun, so she put it inside of a drawer up in one of the bedrooms on the 2nd floor. And sure enough, a Confederate officer showed up, knocking on the door, looking for the slaves. And she asked the officer how many were in his party. He replied 4. She pulled out the gun and said, "Good, I have 5 bullets." So, yeah, kind of a funny story I had read. And you would think maybe a window was right there, maybe. Or something happened. But yeah, very high basement. Yeah, all these windows are boarded up. Yeah, so unfortunately you can't go inside, but I just wanted to do a walk around, show off the building. Shenandoah River right down there. That's a pretty shade of purple. Yeah, the front of it again. Yeah, this would be a red maple. These things always kind of turn kind of early. And the AT, the Appalachian Trail, straight ahead, the sign says. All right, guys, here it is from Maryland Heights. And I don't know if you can see the house, but you can see the real dark red maple on the other side, up on that Camp Hill. Boulevard Heights, Loudon Heights, or Virginia Heights, Shenandoah River, spilling into the Potomac. DC, of course, to the left. Yeah, there's the mighty Potomac. Real wide and shallow out here. But yeah, What a view of Harpers Ferry. I can tell you at the time of the Civil War, these trees weren't here. And Union Army, of course, had guns up here, cannons up here. Wow, unbelievable position. And I will tell you that the freed slaves that were educated here after the war, they were taught by a Reverend Nathan Brackett. He was a Free Will Baptist minister. And I wonder if he lived at the Brackett House. But yeah, let me just walk over, just do a quick walk around of this building. But over here, the Brackett House, this is where the physicians and the assistants resided. And you'll see a 3-bay building with an attachment to the left, a couple of internal chimneys, and another hip-shaped, diamond-shaped roof. And yeah, nice brick building. Oh, there's a lot of bugs out here. I wasn't expecting this. I would have brought bug spray. I'll tell you, this was built right before the war, 1858. And it was originally the home of the U.S. Armory superintendent's clerk. And yeah, it's named after Dr. Nathan Brackett, okay? So yeah, the educator who taught right across the way at the Lockwood House. And okay, and it says Brackett arranged to have this and 3 other fine old mansions in the upper town, dilapidated and abandoned after the Civil War, turned over to the college by the government. So, oh, all right, pretty cool brickwork up there under the cornice. Yeah, the sun's behind it, so you can't see it all that good. But yeah, bugs, a lot of bugs out here. Let me walk around. Almost kind of a Greek key, kind of little pattern down there on the door. Oh, I don't know if there'd be anything to see in here. Just used as offices, it looks like. Cool, neat little stand right there, it looks like, but I'm sure the sign is just gonna say Brackett House. But, oh, all right. Maybe I can find a better picture online, but Brackett House in 1908. All right, so here's what it looked like in 1908 during its Storer College tenony. Oh, and the right up here is pretty much what I just read to you. Yeah, fine old mansions in the upper town, dilapidated and abandoned after the Civil War, turned over to the college by the government. The Brackett House currently is not open. Yeah, oh wow, okay. What a cool place to hang out. Yeah, again, stone foundation, and yeah, how relaxing to be sitting right there before these houses were here and those trees. Look out over the river. But let me walk around. Yeah, Flemish bond, okay. So you've got a belt of headers actually going across right here. And small little air conditioner right there. But again, yeah, it's a 3-bay house. Porch right here. And we've got Virginia right in front of us. A little cedar right here. Oh, cool. Oh, was the kind of cornice, was that originally painted white? And was this thing stuccoed or something? Or I don't know what's going on, but I don't think it was stuccoed. But anyway, all right, that's it for the Brackett House. Oh yeah, maple looks good right there. Good shot of it. Oh, you hear the train too. But yeah, we're on what the locals call Camp Hill. And again, 1862, this was the Clayton General Hospital. Huh. Again, yeah, Appalachian Trail cuts right through Harpers Ferry. I don't think I'll need to walk down there yet. It's a little bit of a hike to get down to the river. I see a sign right down there, but again, Paymaster Edward Lucas lived in the house before the war. Ironically, he was a slave owner. His slaves stayed in the basement. And then a few years later, freed slaves who were trying to emancipate themselves stayed in the basement for shelter. So, but cool. All right. Glad I stopped by to check this place out. All right, take a walk through the cemetery. Pretty old tombstones, it looks like. American flag. I guess this person may have served. Oliver Heifer. Wow, World War I veteran. And almost made it to 100. And 93. One of these ledger style graves. It's too worn down. Can't make out the dates. John somebody. Yeah, I can tell by the shape. Some of these are pretty old. Oh, check this out. The scroll on here, 1848, 1920. Mary Maker. And right behind, Elizabeth. No, we've got the Butt family over here. And Mantis. Wow, that's a big one. Right behind it, Irwin. I bet this has some age to it, but it's going to be too worn. 1840 something. I see on there. Yeah, I just can't make it out. Over here, we've got a whole family. Frank was born June of 1870. Oh, died in 97, so only 27 years old. All right. Born during the Civil War, 1863. Oh, died 1881. Wow, okay. Yeah, children died young. Oh, Captain G.O.W. Chambers, born 1828, died in 1908. Or maybe that was 1829. Sorry. Chambers. I'm wondering if this is a child, kind of a small little obelisk right here. But yeah, information is just too worn. See an American flag over here. Isabel Noland, age 50 years, almost 49 years. Looks like maybe the gate extended at one point. In its heyday, 1859. You'll see the covered railroad bridge. And it looks like, yeah, no trees on the Maryland Heights over there. Top left. You'll see the artillery down below. Pointed at the Maryland Heights. Right at the end of the war, it looks like. And yeah, you'll see the bridge has definitely been damaged. There are these tents right here to the right. What do we have back here? Maybe the general I was talking about from the 20th century. I believe he was oh no, Revolutionary War soldier William Brodus, born 1755, died October 5th, 1830. All right, so lieutenant in the 1st Virginia Regiment, commanded by Colonel George Gibson. Oh, cool. Yeah, all right, I didn't know this was here. Glad I caught it. Oh, all right, and it extends on down. Pretty big cemetery. 1798 until 1856. A hand with a heart on the palm. Holy Bible. Obviously, you see the scales. Neat. All right, well, I'm going to have to walk down and check out this little gated area, or this little walled-in area. Smaller graves over there. Lots of smaller graves. Oh yeah, sun's starting to set. Oh, all right, pretty neat. I'm gonna have to film this one. This guy obviously was a kayaker. Pretty neat. All right, let me see who's buried back here. You see this one's broken. There's another broken one back there. Mager, M-A-G-E-R. Oh yeah, these are broken and can't make out the names. Does that say Robert Harper? Can't quite tell. Oh, another cool one. Cool train right there with the front headlight on. All right, let me just see what this sign says over here. I would imagine it's probably talking about the trail, maybe, since we've already seen a plaque talking about the cemetery. Nope, it says Harper Cemetery. And yeah, overlook right here. The trail takes you down, I would imagine, down to the river. But 1747, Robert Harper, a Pennsylvania architect, contracted to build a Quaker church in the Shenandoah Valley. Okay. All right. So obviously namesake of Harpers Ferry, was so impressed by the beauty of this place and the water power potential of the Shenandoah and Potomac rivers that he settled here and founded Harpers Ferry. All right. So now you know. When Harper died, 1782, there were only 3 houses in the town. Optimistic about the community's potential for growth, he had set aside 4 acres for the cemetery. Childless, Harper left most of the estate to his niece Sarah, who subsequently married a wager. Okay, as you wander around the cemetery, you'll find the grave markers of some of Sarah Wager's descendants, as well as stones of Irish and German immigrants who settled in the area in the 1830s. Sun's starting to set. I'm gonna make my way back to my bed and breakfast. All right, y'all, hitting the road. That's it for the Lockwood House. I'm glad I stopped by. I just want to check this place out while I'm here in Harpers Ferry, but I'm gonna hit the road and I'll see you on the next one.